And we welcome you into the season preview for Carlow University Women's Soccer, looking at the 2023 season. I'm Sean Meyers, joined by Allen Duda, the longtime head coach for Carlow Women's, now entering your sixth season. So first off, I know that every year there has to be a lot of excitement once you're getting ready for a new season. You start going through the practices at this time of year after a long off season. What's this anticipation like for you?
I think there's some excitement. A lot of energy going on, joining a new conference, going NCAA Division III, so there's a lot of excitement here.
Last year was just about a 500 season overall. The record was 7-8-2 overall. It was a little bit below that in the conference, however, at 2-6-2. How did you evaluate how your team performed?
We battled through some injuries, and just that conference is a very, very tough conference. So I think we fared very well. If you look at this season and some of the games we played, we were pretty much in every game.
What do you think maybe the team needs to improve upon this season to have better results?
We have a lot of new faces on the team this year, so creating that gel with the team, that's going to be the most important thing, and losing our goal scorer, so trying to find that back.
Chemistry a lot of times has to come from the players wanting to work together. But for you as a coach, what did you tell them to focus on throughout the offseason in terms of improvement?
I think just being fit. That's going to be the main thing coming into the season, being fit. And a lot of them have been getting together, throughout the summer, just connecting, trying to get that chemistry back.
We talked about some of the players who moved on. The prolific goal scorer like Haley Huber, Natalie DiGiorno was so good for many years. The Thompsons, Aaron Thompson, Sarah Thompson. There was a lot of players who were big contributors. What were the greatest contributions of that group of the players who moved on?
That group, they were all local. They were all, quite a few of them played together growing up, so there was always that chemistry. So that's, losing that core group is going to be tough to, redo. So we're trying to build that now again with some of the talent that we have coming in. Like I said, a lot of new faces. So losing that chemistry, that's it's going to be tough to rebuild.
And I would assume that the hope is that the players who are back will take something from those players who came before them and who have since moved on. When you think of the returners, who are the players that come to mind as ones that you're going to rely upon?
I think Tianna Torles is going to be a role player. Harley Vinsler, Amber Biros, those are going to be key players for us this year. And having Elizabeth back in goal and Rebecca Crawford playing, there's some good players coming back that are really going to help the team.
So a half dozen or so move on due to graduation. You bring in a freshman group that's about the same size, maybe even a little bit bigger in terms of adding to the roster size. What's your expectation for the newcomers?
A lot of new faces coming in. We have quite a few first-year players, a few transfer players coming in, joining us. So it's just, like I said, getting that chemistry, getting that, getting the team gelling. Hopefully they're all key factors in this year.
It's going to be a big change for everyone, coaches and players alike, moving from the River States Conference in the NAIA now to the NCAA Division III AMCC. What for you will be the biggest transitions?
I think for us, as you know, is at River States Conference, we traveled quite a bit. We're traveling sometimes 8 hours to play a game, being away from school for 4 days. So that's going to be the biggest change for us. It's I think, an advantage to us. Most of the teams we're playing this year are one-day trips, pretty local. I love having the rivalries, getting to the local schools. And a lot of these players will be playing against players that they played with in high school.
Now, I know you've gone against some of the AMCC teams already in preparation for this transition. Maybe you don't necessarily have to know all of the teams in the conference, but you've seen many of them. How do you kind of handicap the landscape of the new conference?
No, there's some great teams in this conference. It's going to be a battle. But playing Pitt Greensburg, I think it's going to be a top, and it was great to play them last year. Penn State Barron's going to be another tough one, but each of the teams, it's going to be good competition. Hopefully we're in each game. But excited to play them. We didn't get to play all of them last year, so there's going to be some new teams that we haven't seen yet.
What's notable about the non-conference schedule for the women's team this year?
We are traveling to North Carolina just to play a few teams there. That's going to be a big team bonding trip, but we have two important games there as well. Non-conference games, we're playing some USCAA teams to see if we can qualify for that national tournament.
When you are recruiting a player, what's the biggest area of focus for you?
When I'm looking at players, it's their coachability. You know, I love seeing an athlete that's a dual sport or playing multiple sport. You know, when I'm talking with them, seeing if they'll connect with our team, bring that chemistry.
So you have a couple of the same assistant coaches back, Carl Zappa, who's been such a long-time valued assistant on Offerman. Olivia Wilkerson joins the group this year. What does she bring, and ultimately what makes the staff so valuable to you?
Yeah, what's really nice about the staff is I've known each of these coaches for many years. I've worked with them for many years as well. It's a good connection. We're excited to have Olivia join. She's a goalkeeper coach as well, so she'll be helping us with our goalkeepers because we have quite a few this year. But yeah, she's going to be bringing some extra value to this team.
You continue to coach both the men's and the women's. Not that it necessarily gets easier, but I'm sure you have a better gauge for how to handle things now a few years in. What are the challenges, and what maybe do you enjoy about doing both?
I love the coaching part. For me, you know, coaching women, coaching men, it's a little different. So it allows me to flick that switch and coach a little different. So it keeps me on my A game. But I love it. It's work, but really enjoy it.
Lastly, what's your favorite aspect of being here at Carlow?
I've been here for 6 years now at Carlow, and just the family atmosphere here is something I haven't seen anywhere else. It's everyone knows each other by name. You know, if you're on the athletic field, if you're not on the athletic field, everyone knows you. So it's a nice family atmosphere.
Well, I certainly can second that. Allen, thanks so much for doing this as always. We appreciate the time. Good luck heading into this season.
Oh, sure thing. Thank you.
That's Allen Duda, the head coach for Carlow here on the season preview. And we roll along here on the season preview. I'm now joined by a senior midfielder, Harley Vinsler, for the Celtics women's soccer team. And first off, I know there has to be a lot of excitement heading into another season and your senior season. So what's your anticipation like right now?
We're all very excited to get the season started, especially in our new conference. We should do very well in that, so I'm excited for that and to play with everyone again.
Well, before we look ahead to this season, I want to look back to last year. How did you evaluate your play individually?
Overall, I think I did quite well. I definitely was happy with the playing time that I received. I wish I put more points on the board, but that's my hope for this year.
Well, what do you think maybe some of your best strengths are as a player?
Definitely my aggression and my overall dedication to the sport and the roles on my team.
I know you said you want to put some more points together this season, but what did you work on throughout the off-season to kind of propel yourself into this year?
Overall, I just kept up with my fitness and just my touches on the ball.
Now, I know one of the biggest challenges, of course, is staying healthy and feeling like you're strong throughout the whole season. How do you make sure that maybe the work throughout the off-season and then into the season allows you to do that?
Lifting is a big one to keep yourself maintained and strong and to keep yourself healthy for sure. Is
there any particular lift that you really hate but you know is good for you?
Squats and like lunges are terrible, but they're good for you.
They pay off, yeah. To this point, as we mentioned, you're now heading into your senior season. What stands out as maybe your favorite moment or the highlight of your career?
Probably my first goal that I scored as a collegiate soccer player, and also just the memories that I've made with my past teammates.
Well, let's look ahead to 2023. What do you have in mind for individual goals as well as the collective goals for Carlow?
I definitely want to put more points on the board and be a leader on and off the field as much as I can be. For our team, I definitely want us to go very far in this section. I think we definitely can. We just have to all be on the same page and work together to accomplish that goal.
You come by way of Bethel Park, and you're not the only player on the Celtics in recent years who has come from Bethel Park, but most of the roster is the WPIAL, Western Pennsylvania. Does that help building chemistry, knowing that you've either played with or against a lot of these girls before they even came to college?
Yes, so you have prior experience with some of the girls, and you know how some of them may play just because they are local. And it definitely helps just because the WPIAL is a very hard conference, so having other girls in that conference and knowing how tough it is definitely helps too.
Obviously, last year, the team had a lot of seniors who moved on. How do you fill that void in terms of the leadership this year?
I think a lot of us have to step up and fill those shoes because they are big shoes to fill, but I definitely think there's a few of us that can do that, especially our seniors. Myself, of course, and then Tianna Torles and Amber Biros and Elizabeth Knight, definitely.
When you think of this upcoming season, is there anyone who you think might have a breakout season?
I'm hoping Rebecca, because she hasn't had the opportunity to play on the field for us yet, so I'm excited to see what she does this season.
Allen Duda has been at the helm of this program for quite a while now. He's also the men's soccer coach. Very busy time of year for him. What are his best qualities?
I think his ability to see you as a person first and then as a player second. And he's always there for you in like any situation. And that he doesn't yell.
So you head to a new conference. You head to, first off, the NCAA and now the AMCC as well. What are you excited about in terms of that transition?
The first thing is definitely the travel, not having to travel as far, definitely. I think it'll just help us in all aspects. And to play new teams, I think it being closer will also help our parents and families come out more too, which that's always exciting.
Lastly, what's your favorite part of Carlow University?
Personally, it's the Best Buddies program, which everyone should join because I'm the president.
There you go. Well, we appreciate the time. I know that you do a great job both on and off the field here at Carlow, so thanks for doing this and good luck heading into your senior season.
Thank you.
That's Harley Vinsler for the Celtics here on the season preview. We continue the season preview. I'm now joined by senior defender Amber Biros of the Celtics women's soccer team. First off, thanks for taking the time to do this.
Yes, of course.
It's hard to believe you're already now a senior heading into your campaign here in 2023. What's the excitement level like for you?
I am extremely excited. Put in a lot of work, hoping that this year will be good. At least now that we're in this new division, we'll definitely do well.
Yeah, we'll get to the AMCC in a little bit. First, I want to talk about last year and you individually. How did you evaluate your play in 2022?
I was happy with my play. I do hope to get a little bit more offense this year. Hopefully some goals would be nice, but we'll see how it goes this year for sure.
What do you think your best strengths are on the pitch?
I feel like I'm a very good team player. Not very vocal, I feel like is probably a weakness of mine, but I like to definitely be a team player, working together.
I know that one of the goals for everyone is to get better each and every year. And so you have to put a lot of work in during the offseason to accomplish that. What did you focus on this offseason or any of the previous off seasons to try to help yourself grow as a player?
I did a lot of conditioning. I would say I do a lot of bleacher running, sprints, long distance running, just anything I could do to get ahead for sure.
And once the season arrives, you want to try to stay healthy and continue to maintain that strength. How do you do that? How much changes in terms of your physical conditioning versus lifting and things of that nature?
Great. So I definitely eat a lot more and you're burning a lot more calories, so you need to, and definitely drinking a lot more than I normally would, but yeah, that's definitely what I would do.
Through the beginning of your career at Carlow, what stands out up till now as your favorite memory?
I want to say with the Miami trip, that was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed that a lot.
What do you have in mind this year for yourself and for the team when you think of goals?
Definitely going far, winning games. I personally want to score a little bit more, but for the team-wise, just trying to make it farther since we haven't been doing too well in the past few years.
You came by way of York High School, pretty good program in Westmoreland County, which is in the WPIAL. Many of your teammates also from Western Pennsylvania. How does that help knowing that most of them come from a similar area?
It's very nice knowing that a lot of us already knew each other or knew of each other, so getting to play with each other, and we all knew the different conferences and different people playing each other was definitely nice to know everyone.
You're not the only former Cougar on the roster, though. Your younger sister joined the program last year. I know you didn't get to play too much together, so what are you looking forward with her this year?
I am so excited to play with her this year. This will definitely be a change. Hopefully we'll get to do some more assisting off of each other, and definitely looking forward to that.
And you played together a couple years in high school as well?
Yes, we did.
Pretty good success there, I'm guessing?
For sure. Yes, we were very good with each other.
You are now a senior. When you think of the leaders on this team, who comes to mind?
I definitely say there's a lot of us. There is a lot of us seniors-wise, but I definitely say Harley, Liz, Tiana. I would say probably myself as well. There is a good bit of us that definitely could step forward.
And there's also going to be a lot of freshmen who join the team or newcomers all together. When you think back to when you were starting and there was probably seniors who were guiding you, how important is it for you now and your classmates, your fellow seniors, to make sure that the freshmen have an easy transition?
It's definitely good to know that they can come to us if they have any problems, even coaches as well. They can look up to us, come to us with anything. So just definitely being open to that for sure.
What do you like most about Allen Duda and the coaching staff here at Carlow?
He is very open. You can come to him if you need anything. He definitely sees you as a player as well as just a person. The coaches otherwise, they're also very open. Donnie's very good with that. He's open. He's also carries the energy as well. Sometimes Allen's energy is not there, but Donnie definitely carries the energy too.
He's expending a lot of energy, certainly, as a coach of both the men's and women's soccer teams nowadays. You're moving to the new conference. We talked about that at the onset, the AMCC, an NCAA Division III conference. What excites you about that?
I'm definitely excited to start with new teams and also not having to travel as far, because I had a hard time with that, just being in clinicals with nursing. I couldn't go to a lot of the away games, but it's definitely nice that I'm able to even go to the away games up and back in the same day, which is good.
Yeah, way fewer 6 or 7 hour bus rides each way like the River States Conference had. With that in mind, is there a particular game that you're most looking forward to?
I'm really just looking forward to all of them, if I'm being honest. Senior year, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
And you have a pretty special home venue for most games. That's Highmark Stadium. I know that obviously that's a major landmark here in Pittsburgh. What do you enjoy most about playing there?
It is beautiful there. There's nothing you can't like about it. It's where mainly Riverhounds plays, but we got to play there in high school as well for our Whitfield championship, so it was nice to be able to come back around and be able to play there for sure as your home field. Lastly,
what's your favorite part of Carlow?
I would say the nursing program. I do enjoy that the most, as I'm going to be going into that. So.
Well, absolutely. Congratulations on the hard work you've put into this point, and good luck heading into this 2023 season.
All right, thank you.
That's Amber Biros as we continue the Celtics season preview. We continue the season preview for Carlow women's soccer heading into the 2023 season. Tiana Torlist now joins us. First off, thanks for doing this. We appreciate the time. What's the excitement level for you heading into this season?
I'm really excited just for everything in general, to start the game, the new season, my senior year. There's just my new teammates. There's so many things to be excited about. So
certainly. It is your second season now at Carlow. Last year you had transferred into the program. How did that first year go for you?
It could have been better. I was coming off ankle surgery, and I had ankle surgery in February, and I didn't really get clear until the end of June. Didn't have much time to get fit, but I was still last season just trying to do what I could for the team. So I hope that's a little better this year.
Well, you talked about bouncing back from injury. What were some of the biggest challenges to that, and when did you finally feel like you were back to full strength?
Honestly, one thing that really hurt me was being in shape. I feel like I could have done more, could have helped out the team more. If I was in better shape, there wasn't much I could do about that. The season started, and I feel like my body was easily worn down during preseason, and just going to try to stay healthier this year, prevent injuries, that's pretty much it.
Well, what are some of the techniques or methods you can use to try to limit injuries and maintain your strength throughout a season?
One thing is preseason recovery is very important, because we're doing 2-a-days. We don't normally nobody normally practices that much and stuff like that. So that definitely takes a toll on your body. Hydration, eating properly. As far as like during the preseason, I think like just getting lactic acid out of your body so you're not sore and tired all the time. Good sleep, just like typical things that you would do.
What do you think your best qualities are as a player?
I think I'm a team player. I think I just want what's best for the whole entire team. I want to succeed, obviously, like personally, but I also am really just a team player. I want everyone to succeed. I want to win as a team, lose as a team, things like that.
Well, building upon that answer, what are the goals that you have in mind for yourself and for Carlow and as a whole this season?
For myself, I would like to be more involved offensively. I think I was kind of stuck back in the defensive midfield position, which I like that position, but I'd like to help out offensively because I feel like that's one of my strengths. As far as the team goes, I really want to see us go far. We have a lot of potential. We have our new freshmen coming in and everything, so I think we have the talent to do it, and if we put in the effort, we should see some good results.
What do you think maybe the strengths of the team will be this year, or what will be the ideal style of play that you think can be successful?
As far as style of play, I think staying connected, making the right passes. We're not going to do it like one person dribbling through the team, stuff like that. I think we just have to we're going to try to do like team bonding activities and stuff just to get to know your teammates, and then also during preseason you learn their style of play, and if you can mentally cater to their needs and what helps your teammates succeed, then I think it translates on the field and we could be very successful.
Celtics women's soccer for quite a while has had a pipeline to the South Hills and all of the WPIAL as a whole. How much does that help, knowing that you've played with or against so many of these different girls and you knew them maybe even before you came to Carlow?
That definitely does help. I know I came from Bethel Park. That's where Harley and a couple of the graduating seniors were from last year, so that helped because I've played with those girls before. As far as playing in the WPIAL, I know it's a very, what would you say, like, it's very like very competitive conference, a different style of play, but a lot of the girls, if you're playing in WPIAL, you're playing the whole entire game, you're a good player. So,
is there anyone that comes to mind when you think of who could have a breakout season here in 2023?
I haven't been with Ireland when she plays, so I'd like to see her get on the field. I'd also like to see Rebecca. She didn't get a chance to play last year, so I'd like to see her play. We haven't really played with the freshmen yet, so I'm not sure about any of them. I feel like we could have a couple of sophomores that kind of break out of their shell, and I'd be looking forward to that too.
So when you came to Carlow, you came by way of St. Vincent College, which is an NCAA Division III school. You're now going to be going back to the NCAA and D3. It's going to be in a different conference in the AMCC. What are you most looking forward to about that?
Honestly, I think just being NCAA, I think teams will take us more seriously. Just something about it. I look forward to the competition because going to, like, for me, since it was my first season last year, going to, like, Kentucky and Indiana, I had no idea what to expect from these, like, teams. So knowing, like, I've played a lot of these teams in our conference, just in scrimmages and stuff, so I do look forward to that, and I think we definitely will be able to compete with those teams. So.
Is there a particular game that you're most looking forward to?
I think senior night's a big one. We're also going to have a pink out game. That's going to be fun. I think just the whole season in general. I'm really excited for it. So.
And lastly, what is your favorite aspect of attending Carlow University?
Honestly, the atmosphere. Everyone's so welcoming and kind, and just like the professors, the people from athletics, the coaches, my teammates, everybody is just very welcoming, and I just feel like I can be myself here. So,
Well, good luck heading into 2023. We appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thank you.
That's Tiana Torlist, the senior for the Celtics, here on the season preview.